In a development that has shocked many in the K-pop world, reports have surfaced claiming that Jin, the eldest member of BTS, has formally requested a contract revision with HYBE Corporation due to what he perceives as a lack of transparency regarding the group's long-term direction and individual member rights. According to several anonymous sources close to the matter, Jin's concerns center around HYBE's handling of comeback schedules, branding rights, and decisions affecting BTS's image as a group, particularly in the wake of their military service transitions and increasing solo endeavors. Jin, who recently completed his military duty and has been making selective but impactful appearances, is said to be frustrated with the way HYBE is allegedly centralizing control over the group's next phase. Industry insiders suggest that the multi-year exclusive contracts signed by the members may not fully reflect the evolving artistic and individual career goals each member now holds. This comes amid mounting speculation that HYBE's internal policies may be prioritizing corporate expansion and subsidiary projects over BTS's original group unity. The controversy deepened when fans noticed that Jin was missing from several internal promotional meetings and that he had not made official appearances alongside the full group in HYBE-related content since his return. Adding fuel to the fire, rumors began circulating on Korean fan forums that Jin had demanded written assurances about BTS's future comeback rights and member-led decision-making. While HYBE has not issued a formal response, the company's silence has only intensified online speculation and concern among ARMYs. Social media has exploded with mixed reactions, with hashtags like #SupportJin, #HYBETransparency, and #ProtectBTS trending globally within hours. Many fans voiced support for Jin's reported move, praising him for his maturity and bravery in challenging a system that even top idols may find difficult to speak out against. Others, however, expressed worry that this might signal internal disarray at HYBE, potentially putting BTS's long-anticipated group comeback in jeopardy. This isn't the first time HYBE has faced criticism regarding its treatment of BTS members post-military. Just weeks ago, fans were outraged when Jin's solo activities seemed underpromoted compared to other artists within the label. Critics argue that Jin, who is one of the strongest public personas in South Korea, has not received the same level of strategic backing or marketing efforts from HYBE, despite his clear commercial and emotional appeal to the public. As of now, neither Jin nor HYBE has publicly confirmed the reported contract revision or responded to the growing storm of controversy. Still, the issue raises broader questions about agency transparency, artist autonomy, and how entertainment conglomerates handle legacy acts in the face of expansion and diversification. With BTS being not just a group but a cultural phenomenon, the implications of Jin's move could redefine not only the dynamics within HYBE but the broader expectations of idol treatment in the K-pop industry. Whether this ends in reconciliation or deeper rifts remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Jin has once again reminded the world why he is often seen as the group's pillar of strength, not just with his talent, but with his quiet determination to stand up for what he believes is fair, even when the stakes are high. As tension brews, some insiders speculate that Jin's request for transparency is just the tip of the iceberg. Whispers are growing that other BTS members may also be quietly reassessing their contracts, watching Jin's moves closely as a potential test case. While none of the other members have made public comments, the idea that Jin, the usually diplomatic and reserved eldest member, is willing to push back sends a strong message about the current climate within HYBE. Observers have also pointed out that the timing of this reported internal dispute is particularly sensitive. HYBE is currently navigating multiple business transitions, including expanding its artist roster, managing multiple sub-labels, and responding to backlash over its acquisition of smaller entertainment companies. Amidst these pressures, losing the trust or goodwill of its biggest global act could be catastrophic, not only financially, but in terms of public perception. What's even more striking is the way fans have mobilized in response to the rumors. Twitter, TikTok, and fan cafes are flooded with translations, legal analyses, and threads chronicling what they view as mistreatment or strategic mishandling of BTS members. One viral thread listed a timeline of alleged snubs against Jin post-military, including lack of media coverage, missed promotion opportunities, and disproportionate allocation of resources to newer acts within the company. Many are calling for a fan boycott of HYBE merchandise and initiatives until clear statements are made. Meanwhile, a small faction within the fandom remains hopeful that this is simply part of standard contract negotiations and that HYBE and Jin will reach an agreement that honors both parties' interests. They point to previous instances where other K-pop idols have negotiated revised terms without public fallouts. But for many, the silence from HYBE feels less like professional discretion and more like corporate damage control. There's also growing speculation about Jin's future should these talks with HYBE break down. Some industry analysts believe he may consider forming an independent label or management team focused solely on his own brand and music. Jin's solo success with The Astronaut and his growing connections in the global music industry, especially with acts like Coldplay and Alo Yoga collaborations, show that he could thrive even without HYBE's infrastructure. Still, such a move would be unprecedented for a BTS member and could create ripple effects for the entire K-pop industry, which has long operated on models of centralized control and opaque management systems. Jin's situation, if true, could become a defining case study in artist agency and the evolving power dynamics in entertainment conglomerates. For now, fans are left waiting. Will HYBE respond to the growing wave of online pressure? Will Jin speak out personally, as he has done in the past during moments of crisis or change? Or will the truth remain hidden behind corporate NDAs and carefully crafted PR statements? One thing is undeniable. The voice of Kim Seokjin, once known simply as the worldwide handsome vocalist of BTS, now echoes as something far more powerful, a voice demanding fairness, accountability, and respect in an industry that rarely rewards such boldness. But as the silence from HYBE continues to stretch into days, fans are growing restless. What began as subtle questions has now transformed into a storm of demands for transparency. Numerous hashtags like #ProtectJin, #HYBeSpeakUp, and #JusticeForJin have begun trending globally, pushing the issue beyond just fan circles and into wider media discourse. The uncomfortable truth? HYBE's golden boy may be sending a message that not everything glittered after military discharge. The air around Jin feels heavier now, not because of fatigue from physical schedules, but because of a spiritual exhaustion that comes from navigating an industry that often favors profit over people. And if Jin, known for his loyalty, patience, and restraint, is beginning to challenge that system, what does it say about how deep the issues may run? In a now viral video posted by a fan outside HYBE's headquarters, Jin can be seen leaving a black SUV and walking briskly into the building, head down, surrounded by staff. Observers noted he did not smile. He wore all black, symbolic to some fans who read into his choice of attire as a silent protest. Inside sources say that meeting lasted nearly 4 hours. No press release followed. Analysts from Korea's entertainment think tanks are weighing in, stating that the ripple effect of this potential fallout could impact HYBE's investor trust, global partnerships, and upcoming comeback schedules. HYBE without BTS is like a stage without lights, one op-ed boldly claimed. If this issue isn't resolved with fairness and clarity, it could open the floodgates for other artists to voice their discontent too. What makes this narrative even more emotionally charged is the symbolic position Jin has always held within BTS, not just as the eldest, but as the emotional compass. His smiles often held the group together. His jokes broke tension. His stability was a foundation fans clung to in turbulent times. Now that very stability seems shaken, and the world is watching to see whether the cracks will grow wider or if reconciliation is still possible for ARMYs. This is not just about a disagreement between an artist and their label. This is about justice, protection, and respect for someone who has given so much of himself, for his group, his fans, and even his country. The message is clear. If even Kim Seokjin is struggling to be heard, then no artist is immune to being overlooked, no matter how bright their star may shine. Still, there's a quiet hope. Jin has weathered storms before. From relentless hate comments in early debut days to becoming a global ambassador and soloist whose songs touch millions, he's proven time and again that he rises, always, with grace and quiet strength. If there's a resolution coming, perhaps it's being crafted behind the scenes with care. But if not, fans have made it clear, they will not let his voice fade into silence.